Tomorrow, 133 cardinals will continue the traditional and highly secretive process of electing the next pope. Outside the walls of the Sistine Chapel, thousands around the world are placing bets, and online betting markets are seeing traffic in record numbers. As our Maggie Rulli reports, wagers on the next pope is big business.
And this is your whole Pope Fantasy League right here.
Yes.
Fanta Pop-Up is Italy's answer to Fantasy League sports, papal style.
This game is a really fun game to play with friends and have a laugh.
Oh my gosh, they blink. Zupi blinked at me.
Alessandra Morisco tells us she's in a league with her two daughters.
The power of this app is that it fosters a sense of a community around this big historical event.
Alessandra shows us how it works, creating a team of Cardinals, just like a fantasy football team. She picks Cardinal Paroline from Italy as her captain.
So I'm supporting him. It's a funny way of saying that, of course, I would like to have him as a pope, but it is not on me. It is the Holy Spirit that will decide.
And then 10 other top contenders. She can also predict what the new pope's first words to the public will be.
Carissimi means my dearest.
And what name he will choose.
The name will be Clemente.
And how many black smokes it will take before a new pope is elected.
At least 4 black smokes, at the 5th we will have the new name.
The founders of Fanta Papa, Mauro Vanetti and Pietro Pace, tell us they never expected it to take off like it has.
I mean, it seems like this has gone absolutely viral.
It's crazy for us. We developed a video game just for friends, you see, not for everyone in Italy, not everyone.
The two of them started working on Fanta Papa in February, rushing to get it out ahead of the conclave.
We don't even have a graphic designer. This is embarrassing, but there's no artist involved. No. And so the cardinals, for example, I made them. They look a bit like my dog.
Fanta Papa may have gone viral, but the tradition of betting on the Pope goes back centuries. Leighton Van Williams is a professor of economics. He says gambling on the next Pope isn't a new concept.
The records of betting on the Pope go back to 1503. And we've actually got the records of that conclave. The evidence is that they'd been betting well before that.
Was betting on the Pope one of the original betting markets, the original fantasy leagues, if you will?
I think so, basically. Roman bankers would take bets off merchants. They would get sort of tips from inside the conclave as to what might be going on. And they'd be able to set the odds.
And as seen in this New York Times article from 1878, gambling on the papal succession continued through the ages. Today, the Pope betting market is bigger than ever. The website OddsChecker says over 300,000 people from 140 countries have visited their site to check the odds. And even though you can't bet on the next pope with regulated sportsbooks in the U.S., OddsChecker estimates there has been over $17 million wagered on an unregulated site. They say Cardinal Paroline is currently the odds-on favorite, with Cardinal Tagle close behind. Zuppi and Pizza Balla round out the top 4. Some in the Catholic Church argue betting on who will be the next pope is indecent and shameful.
So I'm curious, as a Catholic, betting on the conclave, is there any Catholic guilt wrapped up in that?
I think can make stronger the relationship with our religion. While we wait, we can pray or play.
For Mauro and Pietro, they say Fanta Papa isn't about money. In fact, no money can be bet on their app.
If you win the Fanta Papa, you can have eternal glory, eternal glory. This is one important prize.
Eternal glory worth its weight in gold, I suppose. Our thanks to Maggie Rulli for that.